Well, we teased this one unintentionally earlier, so I'm gonna have to come up with another guy. But initially, my guy was gonna be Quandre Diggs.
I asked for
There's
your
still
opinion on it, so you could still take it.
no, no. It's fine. I'll come up with somebody different on the fly. But initially, I was gonna say Quandre Diggs here because if they didn't get Blackman, I think he is the perfect guy. You're looking for a guy that will sign maybe a 1 year deal and try to prove himself. He knows this system. I don't think he's lost anything athletically. And I think he would be the perfect guy if you're going to carry three safeties to pair with Tig and Hufanga. Now, if they're looking to replace Huff, that's a whole different thing. I wouldn't go the Diggs route, but I think Diggs for a 1 year deal would be so perfect with these two younger guys here. And also, sounds like he's pretty pissed at the way things ended in Seattle, even with the fan base there. It feels like he was disrespected. Why not bring him in a la Richard Sherman and see what he's got left? And I think it would be a great pairing. That being said, I will come up with somebody different. But Larry, let's start with you on this one. Is there anybody, and maybe the answer is nobody for you. Maybe you want to, you don't care. There's nobody else that you're looking at, but is there anybody in free agency that is left that you think, all right, we can fit him under the salary cap. It's not going to take a big deal. Maybe a 1 year guy to just kind of help them go win. Is there anybody that comes to mind for you?
I'm gonna have to gander at the list here, which I'm looking at right now.
I got one more for you if you don't want.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one that I really like. I like Xavier Howard. To me, the Niners need a number one corner. That's a need. Like I think Mooney's a great number two, and I think Lenore is a really nice slot. But after watching what the Chiefs corners were able to do in the Super Bowl, I'm more interested in a Surtain trade involving picks than I've been at any point. And if you don't want to go that route, then I would go the route of Xavier Howard, who's he's only 30. He's a productive interceptor. He absolutely still walks on the field with the swagger of a number one corner. Now, a lot of people say, how about Tre'Davious White? Well, he was a number one corner as well, but I don't think he still plays anywhere close to that anymore. So I'd be interested in Xavier Howard. I've seen Xavier Howard do his thing, and I'm really impressed by his instincts, his ability. To me, they don't have that player. You can never have enough corners. That's the guy I'd go after.
Yeah, okay. I'm going in a completely different situation. I'm thinking less big name and thinking like who's a value signing I still see available in free agency. And I'm going to go with the name that's a little unconventional. He didn't have a great season last year, but this to me is just simply because I liked him before the draft, and that's Paris Campbell. I liked Paris Campbell when he came out of Ohio State.
He signed today.
He signed? Who did he sign with?
With the Eagles.
Okay, well, that sucks. I was about to say I like Paris Campbell as a kick returner, possibly reviving his career in this scheme, being used as a Deebo Samuel type. He's not Deebo Samuel, but he has the ability to reverses, all of that stuff. That's who he was at Ohio State with Dwayne Haskins. Dang, well, I guess I'm going to go back to Quandre Diggs, Jesse. Sorry, that answer's off the table.
Well, if Vish, his guy's gone, I'll say this. Another guy that I know George Kittle is really close with, and I really like him, is the tight end that was in Green Bay that went to Chicago.
Robert
Tonyan. Yeah, I think Tonyan is out there. He's available. The Niners need a real tight end here. I mean, I don't know if
this too, right?
Yeah, I think so. But I mean, like, they have no Dwelly. He's gone. They lost Werner. Kittle gets hurt a lot. The other guys, I don't know if Cam Latu can play dead, and we didn't see Braden Willis do anything. So, I mean, these guys made no impact. I mean, obviously Latu was hurt, but I'd be interested in Robert Tonyan. He's only 29. That's still a relatively young player. I kind of like him. I also kind of like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's, only 24. And I just feel like it hasn't worked out for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but he's hardly the worst running back I've ever seen. He still has some good things that he does. That would be more of a depth piece because they really don't have a need there. But Tanyan makes sense to me.
I got one for you. In the same vein as kind of where you were going a little bit, Vish. Now, this player was a Pro Bowler as a returner a couple years ago, was signed by Cleveland to be just that, and unfortunately got the injury bug 2 years in a row. Talk about somebody that's cheap, Jakeem Grant. What, and kick the tires on him, right? Bring him in as a camp body. Maybe he's not good enough to make the team. Maybe he's completely lost it. Or maybe with these kickoff rules, he's exactly what you need and he can regain his career on the fly. And now all of a sudden you've got a legit kick and punt returner that is extremely explosive, has been a Pro Bowler in this position. Why not? Why not bring somebody in? We've been talking about it for years, how this has been something that is missing from the special teams. Really, have we had a consistent guy or a really good guy since Ted Ginn? I don't think we have. Maybe Grant can be that answer.
I love that idea too. And it's right around the Paris Campbell thing, because the other thing I was thinking about is how do you add explosiveness to this offense in the case that Debo isn't there, right? Because that's been a situation we've talked about. When Debo is hurt, this offense is lacking some juice and lacking some explosion. And so that's what I was thinking along the lines of Paris Campbell. Obviously, he's also injury prone. Jakeem Grant, same thing. Jesse, I could totally see him being somebody, okay, Debo's out. We can give that guy a couple of seed seats in a game, and he might go 70. We can give that guy a couple of screens in the game, and he might go 70. Obviously, he's not Debo, but it would be nice to have a better approximation of that explosion versus Ray, who is good with the ball in his hands, but he's not that explosive, not like a Debo or a Paris Campbell or Jakeem Grant. And, yeah, live insurance, that's not Ronnie Bell's cup of tea.
I'll give you another name along those same lines, Jamal Agnew. Jamal Agnew's only 28. He's a good return guy. Just looking at the free agent list of who's out there, if they do decide they want to move a receiver, man, there are some good receivers still available. I mean, give you a little handful of 4 or 5 guys that are still available. Michael Thomas, DJ Chark, Josh Reynolds from Detroit, he's still available. LaVisca Chenault, Chase Claypool, and Jalen Guyton, who was with with the Chargers. He's kind of interesting. There's one more name on here. And I'm a big fan of this guy. Now, you would have to be moving another receiver to make room for this guy, but I thought Isaiah Hodgins is a pretty good football player. I mean, you're talking about a kid who's from Berean High School here in Walnut Creek. He's only 25. He's got great size. And we're talking about 6'4", 6'5", tremendous ball skills. Now, he's not necessarily what you're looking for if you're the Niners right now, because they're looking for a complementary speed guy, and they already have all the intermediate guys. But Isaiah Hodgins is a good receiver. I mean, I would gladly take Isaiah Hodgins as a backup receiver on any team that I.
He was with the Giants, right?
Yeah.
He led them in receiving a couple years ago.
Yeah, he was big in the playoffs.
And
he's got sticky hands. He's big. I mean, we're talking about 6'4", 6'5". He might even be.
He's like a nice Jennings replacement, right? But he's with Jennings.
Or maybe even if you can't find the tight end. I mean, I'd rather have Isaiah Hodgins try to play tight end than Braden Willis. Braden Willis is built like a fullback. Braden Willis is short and squatty. Isaiah Hodgins is 6'4", 6'5", with great ball skills. And
play in line?
No, but I mean, neither can Braden Willis, obviously. They didn't, what I'm saying? I don't, he's not an ideal fit, but it would be like having a receiver that you used as a tight end, and every time you utilized him, you flexed him out. But I mean, Hodgins would be, I definitely have some interest there because he's not old, and he was damn good at Oregon State. And he's shown in the NFL that he's got ball skills. You got to catch the ball.
I always saw Willis when they drafted him. Anyways, I saw him as the future Juice replacement, but I don't know that that's going to happen either. So, but that's kind of where I went because he is more squatty, like you said. I feel like that's a proper word.
No, it is. It was just so funny to see it used as an adjective that way, like 3 minutes apart by 2 different people.